What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with the National Championship game here in the Realignment Dynasty in NCAA 2014, featuring that next mod. It's only two teams now, us and number 2 TCU. Who's going to win it? Make sure you stick around by hitting that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys on the football field for this national championship action. Let's go get it, boys. So let's go ahead and jump right into the national championship action. We got TCU, who is going to start with the football here. And oh boy, does Singleton run with some absolute authority. We thought Bobby Russ was really good. Justin Singleton, he can run that football as well. He's closing in on 1,800 yards rushing. We'll see how much he ends up getting used here today, as Steph is going to throw to the right-hand side. He throws a bullet. Unfortunately, that bullet ends up being dropped, though. So now it's 2nd and 10. As Stephen, he's going to keep it this time. Looks like a direct snap to the quarterback. And Stephen is definitely going to use that strong mobility in order to pick up, not the first down, but close to the first down marker. Here we go now, 3rd and short. They go with a 5-wide set. It's going to be a quarterback draw, and our defense is going to be able to rally to the football, make that a punt away, but we get off to a sluggish start here on the offensive end. What we end up seeing is we go 3 and out, so now our defense right back out onto the field, and that was something that I was definitely worried about. Jack Gunner, he is a custom coach. He's a defensive coordinator for TCU. He knows a thing or two about shutting down our best weapons, and so far, they are indeed doing that, and they're also getting some good quality offensive plays in as well. But we'll get a little bit of lady luck on our side, though, as Kyle's Mays does get called for the clipping penalty. So it does end up 1st and 18 instead, and we also force the incompletion. So 2nd and 18, this is exactly what we want our defense to be in. We'll see if we can get him off the field. Steffen's going to try to run downfield and runs into Brandon Wiles. He's going to take a monumental hit. It is now 3rd and 24. Whatever you do, do not get beat from behind. I swear if we give up a first downer, okay, they're just going to run it. We should be fine. Defense does rally up. We will force the punt. The problem is for us, though, once again, we do end up going 3 and out. So a slow start for our offense. This is similar to what we dealt with in the USC game. Our first couple of drives were also 3 and outs over there as well. But I think TCU wants to take the initiative. Sitting at midfield now, going to try to throw it in traffic over to Mays. It's going to be broken up by our NFL prospect, Kenneth Wood, who will make this a 3rd and 4. Steffens in the shotgun formation. Singleton to his left. He's going to look downfield. He's got a man out on the left-hand side, and Kyle Mays comes down with the catch. 1st down, TCU. That will make it 1st and 10. Here comes the Horned Frogs, slicing our defense, and TCU looks like they are ready to finally go ahead and get their first points on the board. Another 1st and 10 coming up. It's going to be Steffens on the right-hand side. He's got some space to work with. He will pick up a 6-yard gain on that play. Here we go, 2nd and 4. Steffens dropping over the middle and fires a rocket to Jay Williams. Touchdown, TCU. And the Horned Frogs are going to open things up with the first points here of this national championship. So now we really need our offense to get its stuff together, and they need to get that stuff together right now. We'll see if we can get our running game going finally. We have struggled for the first couple of series in this game, and again, we're back to a third down conversion that we need to pick up. We'll see if we can finally get it done here, as we'll go with a 5-wide set. I got a man open down the left-hand side, and we get it to Marcus Wiggins, who will pick up the first down on the play. That will go for a gain of 12. Later on, we got a 1st and 10, going with the read option. Makes the initial defender miss, fights for the first down marker, takes a shot, but he does hang on and make sure we got that first down. Another 1st and 10. We're starting to find a rhythm. Later on, another 1st and 10. We're going to attack downfield, looking for Leslie Johnson. He had a step, but we did underthrow the football, unfortunately. That could have been a huge lost opportunity. So now, 2nd and 10. Bobby Russ is going to run it up the left-hand side to make this a more reasonable 3rd down. We should be able to pick this up, but we have struggled with our 3rd down conversions, though. 3rd and 4. Hammond's going to be in shotgun again. We'll drop back over to the left-hand side, and Jason Higgins, oh, he drops the pass. He drops the freaking pass throw, and we end up going to make this 7-0 still. Could have easily kept the drive alive, but not meant to be for us, unfortunately. And speaking of not meant to be, our defense, they're getting gashed here pretty early, as we are actually going into the first quarter. We're only down by 7, and yet at the same time, it just seems to feel like that we are just, feels like we're being dominated. We need to play better. So let's jump into the 2nd quarter of action here as they go back to the option. Steffens trying to set it up. He gets it out to Singleton. On the outside, it's only Daryl Hicks. Hicks able to get him out of bounds, but that is a lot of ground to cover for a defensive lineman. He does make the tackle, but man, I'm sure he's tired out. He has to come out of the game briefly, actually, as now they go play action. All the time in the world, finds an open Carpenter, and Carpenter, he does fumble it out of bounds, but the fumble, of course, happens to be out of bounds. So now TCU looking to strike again. Steffens, a check down over to Dykes, one of the backup tailbacks on this Horned Frog roster. He'll pick up a gain of 11 on that one, as they look to make this a 2-score game. Steffens, he's got it all by himself. Got some great blocking on the perimeter. He's going to nearly make it to the first down marker. I'm surprised that he didn't cut it up north sooner. Did a little bit more east to west stuff. That might have prevented the first down, to be honest with you guys. But instead, TCU is looking to really pound us into the dirt. They are controlling the line of scrimmage. Let's keep it real. On both sides of the football, as look at all of his time that Steffen has. Still decides to run with it, and he's going to slide down and pick up a nice 10-yard gain. 3rd and short. Should be an easier 3rd down conversion for the Horned Frogs. Can our defense hold them to a field goal here? Going to try to get it out to Singleton, but look who cops into the backfield. It's Ryan Herring, who saves the drive for our defense, and it just makes it 10-0. So now, huge play, huge drive here, matter of fact, for our guys. We're down 10 early as Bobby Russ gets absolutely flown into the air like a superhero, and he still hangs on to the football. I'm shocked. We'll go back. Well, we might go back to him again, though. 3rd and short. Hammond, he's got a matchup downfield. He wants to take it, but we throw it to the inside. And because we threw it to the inside, Parrish is going to be able to make the play on the football, and we will end up being intercepted, unfortunately. We done tried it, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. So that does mean that even with the holding penalty, that actually is a clipping penalty after the interception, it brings them back 15 yards. So it's a little bit more favorable field position for us in particular. But that being said, not exactly where we wanted to be. 2nd and 3 coming up. We got to make a play on defense, and we just aren't doing that right now. We are really not doing that. Justin Singleton making the 9-yard carry once again, and it's now a 2nd and long TCU steadily moving the ball downfield. They are abusing us in the running game, particularly Singleton, who, if he hasn't hit that, he actually does have the school record for most career rushing yards. He did surpass LaDainian Tomlinson earlier this year. That's how legitimate he is as a running back. And if you guys also don't know who LaDainian Tomlinson is, look up some highlights, man. He was absolutely special. Love watching him growing up, but I am not watching what this TCU team is doing to us right now. They are moving the ball downfield. It's going to be their third red zone opportunity in this game alone. So here we go, 3rd and short. Can we hold it down? 3rd and 3. Steffens on the speed option to the left-hand side, and we stopped them. We stopped them before the first down marker. It's 4th down, but a big play here. They're going for it. We'll see if they actually go for the timeout. Instead, they don't, and they're going to pick up the first down. Steffens looking for more. He's just going to accept the 6-yard carry, but he ends up hurting himself on the 4th down conversion. So the backup quarterback, Robertson, he's going to come into the game, and I don't know what it is with backup quarterbacks when we play them. As soon as backup quarterbacks come into the game, and this is what the past couple of games that we played in, we give a touchdown to a backup, and that's exactly what happened. Terry Robinson runs it, completes the drive. We're down 17-0. We got less than 2 minutes left to play in the first half, so huge play, huge drive here. We still are desperately searching for those first points of the entire game so far. Gotta get points on the board. It's dangerously turning into a runaway game, but even though we are, we're getting a couple of completions now, the calls that we're making, they are not making it easy on us whatsoever. TCU, they are doing a great job locking things down on the defensive end. But maybe we can get that running game going a little bit. That might open things up with the passing game, as we'll look to throw on 2nd and 3. Hammond does scramble to the right-hand side. He does try to throw it on the run. Was looking for that crosser over the middle. Does not work out for us, though. And instead, it's going to be a 3rd and short. Going to try to get into the hands of our top playmaker, Wesley Johnson, who's going to take the carry, but we can't win at the line of scrimmage. 4th down is going to be coming up for us here. That was Stephen Evans that made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And now on 4th and 3, we're going to go for it here on the 4th down conversion. Halfback screen, we're going to try to get him sucked in, but unfortunately, we cannot get the screen set up properly, and that is going to end up being a turnover on downs. That is a massive loss for us there on offense. And with 40 seconds left to play, now TCU has a chance to score. 2 timeouts left to work with, and they're already across midfield. They do take a timeout there as well. Now it's just 1 timeout left to work with. Robertson, the backup, looking to throw it to the right hand side. It's intercepted. Mike Harvey, he's going to get his hands on the football. He will be brought down from behind. But how about this for a big-time play? Greg Harvey might be able to help us make this a game. So a second chance at getting points on the board before we go into halftime. We'll see if we can bring it down. 1st and 10. We try to throw to the right-hand side, trying that little scramble right cheese. It doesn't work, though. So now, 2nd and 10. Hammond under shotgun. He's got an open spot over the middle, and is going to find Mike Holt. That is for a 17-yard gain on the play. Now we'll also go for the 1st down, as we'll run it up the gut with Bobby Russ. And this is more so to get us a more reasonable field position. At this point, I just want to make sure that we get points on the board, which we do, but we are going to be down by 2 touchdowns at the half. Can we rally? So welcome back to second half action here. We do get the ball at least to start the second half. We got to start with a score on the board, and that throw just simply isn't it. We were looking for Jason Hammond. Don't know how you overthrow Jason Higgins. He has 99 speed. So that's a really tough pill to swallow. But one thing that Billy Hammond can do, he can run the football. And he can run that football incredibly well, though. He does accidentally dive for it, and I thought that was going to be big trouble because sometimes those dives do turn into fumbles, but not the case for us at least. And we keep our drive going, looking a lot better than what we did for most of his first half, right? We were really riding that struggle bus. But now we got to turn this into points, and we need him bad. Russ taking it out on the perimeter. He is going to pick up the first down on the ground. Bobby Russ, man, he's starting to cook. Let Russ cook, baby, and that is what we do. Let this running game cook. Aaron Hines is going to take it up the middle of the field, able to find some hard yardage there as Aaron Hines, the backup tailback, makes that first carry of the day. And now, 2nd and 5, we go again up the middle of the field. Wesley Johnson able to stay on his feet a little bit for a nice 8-yard rush. That gets us into the red zone. But then we also saw our starting quarterback get hurt. So calling a safe play here to, make sure that we come away with points at the very least. Don't want to trust the backup quarterback necessarily. And thankfully, our starter does come back. The guy who is a Heisman finalist, he does come back in. And he does make sure that, he's nice and healthy, or at least healthy enough to keep playing in this game. Because we are really going to need him if we are going to be able to pull this comeback. So we do cut it down to an 11-point game on the last possession. But seriously, we really need to get a touchdown on the board right now. It is imperative that we get points on the board. 2nd and short coming up. We're going to run it up the middle with Bobby Russ. Russ able to find some space, and he finds it on the halfback draw. That's good for another first down. 1st and 10, we go with a 4-wide set. Hammond looks left. He throws it. What an absolute dot to Cortez Mills. That is for a 16-yard reception. You love to see it. 1st and 10, Spartans. If we're going to score on this drive, this is the one. I can feel it in the air. Critical drive. I don't think we can settle for a field goal here, to be honest. Hammond under center. He's going with the 1st and 10. He looks around. Nobody open initially. Just jumps it off to Bobby Russ. And while he does get tattooed, that was certainly the right play to make, even though it's not a fun one to make. And now it's 2nd and 5. But look what happens on the next play. Perry Robertson, he is going to get his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. And we cut it down to just a 4-point game. We are right back in it here in the national championship. So now their starting quarterback, Anthony Steffens, he comes back into the game. He's going to try to get the pitch going. Somehow we don't tackle him, but then something better happens here. We get the fumble recovery. Steffens tries to pitch it, and it does get deflected away. And because it was a backward pass, that is going to be considered, a fumble. And now we were just down by 2 possessions earlier. Now we got a chance to take the lead. Can we finish? Jason Higgins, he's going to start off by running right up the gut on the wide receiver. Quick play, and that gets it to a 1st and goal. And then Wesley Johnson, he will finish the drive. That will tie the school record as well for most passing touchdowns in a season and most reception touchdowns in a season as well. Both guys on their game. And now we got the lead here in the national championship. 3-point game. We'll see how TCU responds now that it seems like we got the momentum in our direction. Steffens looking. He's going to just keep it on the ground. He's going to run for it. He will pick up the first down. And that is going to be the final play that we see here in the 3rd quarter. We're up by 3 points. We're up by a field goal right now. Can we finish the job? Can we win the national championship? We're 1 quarter away. You're going to want to stick around. So we go into the 4th quarter of action, and we hop in a 3rd and long. TCU, they have struggled on their 3rd down conversion so far today. Here we go. Can we make it a trend for them? And it's deflected away at the last moment. We do get them to punt the ball away, but another 3 and out for us here on this drive. So we're going to be relying on this defense to hang on for dear life. Field goal range will be enough to tie this football game. They don't necessarily need a touchdown to tie. A touchdown, however, would give them the lead. So a big stop here that is necessary from our defense. And right now, our defense, they are looking a little gassed out there on the field. I mean, it's all those 3 and outs that we have had from our offense today. It has really struggled through to this point. And it's a big drive again. 3rd and short. Steffens dropping back. He's going to try to run for the first down marker. And he's going to get it to about the 35-yard line. One more first down. And that would be comfortable enough to attempt this field goal. Steffens looks right. Gets it out to none other than Kyle Mays for a 10-yard reception. 3rd and short coming up here. Can we get him off the field? Steffens gonna try to run it. Singleton, he stands on his feet and runs through Patrick Goshwin for yet another first down. Now firmly in field goal range. TCU once more. Steffens, he's gonna try to throw for more. Somehow that is not caught in bounds. I thought that was a completion. Really shocked that that was not challenged. But instead, 3rd and 6, they will go for the halfback screen. We do drive them back, but certainly a makeable field goal. A 41 to 42-yard field goal attempt. This right here to tie for the national championship game. It's up, and it's going to be no good. It's no good. Michigan State is going to get itself the football, and they are going to remember that kick for a very long time, because as soon as we got the football, we found a way to run out the rest of his clock, and a missed field goal is going to be the ultimate difference. We are going to win the national championship. We win by a final score of 20-17. This was not by any means a prettiest game. TCU gave us everything that we could handle, and they pushed us to the brink. But Billy Hammond, who gets named player of the game, he finds a way to lead his team to victory. Not a flashy performance by any means, but the most important thing here is we're going to hold the crystal ball here, winning that national championship. All right, boys, so that was a battle that we won't soon forget, but we find a way to win as we end up winning 20-17, as you can see. And Billy Hammond had a solid game for us. 19 for 26, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. That second touchdown putting us in the lead for good. Jonathan Matthews did also make an appearance in this game as well, but didn't do very much. As for the running game, Bobby Russ found a rhythm in the second half and put together a pretty good performance. He ends up with 20 carries for 93 yards in this one. No one else doing anything too notable on the ground. For our receivers, Bobby Russ also led the team in catches today. He had 4 catches, along with Wesley Johnson, who scored the game-leading touchdown for us. He also had 34 yards in this game. Our leading receiver, though, was Mike Holt, who ends up with 45 yards off of a few catches. And then, of course, our backup tight end, Perry Robinson, found the end zone as well in this one in the second half. He had 2 catches for 30 yards. Now, defensively, they had to fight and claw through this game, but they found a way to lock things down in the second half. Ryan Herring led the team in tackles today. He had 8 tackles in this one. He was also followed by Akeem Williams and Kenneth Wood, who each had 6 tackles apiece. As for sacking the quarterback, we actually only got 1 sack in the entire game. And that was from our sophomore redshirt, Brandon Wiles. He's a product from Dover, Ohio. He ends up with 3 tackles, all of which were behind the line of scrimmage. We also forced a couple of turnovers today. Greg Harvey got a turnover for us. He did pick off this star quarterback for TCU, got an interception, and brought it back 16 yards. And of course, Ryan Herring. What can I say about him? Not only did he lead the team in tackles today, he was also able to force a fumble in the second half, which was recovered by Akeem Williams. Overall, it was a great time in the second half, and I'm just glad that we were able to find a way to pull it out. We are national champions, and we're going to be on top of the world. So there it is, boys, that beautiful national championship trophy. We have indeed brought it home. it feels good to finally make as much progress as we did. We are now on top of the world, so of course we're going to go ahead and add that into our trophy case. But man, next episode, we're going to end this series, man. It's been a really fun series to do. But with that being said, sometimes all good things have to come to an end. Feels good to end it on a national championship, of course. But what I'm going to do for next episode, we're going to do kind of a what happened to everybody. You know, we'll do like a 5-year sim just to see how this universe develops. And also give a chance to see your custom players sprinkled throughout the country one last time before I put this series to bed. It's been a really fun time, and I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart supporting this series. So next episode, we will go into this universe one last time and see what's going on for the next 5 years. What do we do as a program after we win this national championship? I'll leave that for next time, but you know, in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and particularly I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, man. And if you did, make sure you go ahead and smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic, signing off. Hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.